Were you surprised at the struggles in practice, or were you trying something that you thought, well, it's a little workers?
No, I would say I was very surprised, very frustrated at the moment. So, I don't get pissed off very often, and this is one of the moments where I definitely am. And I think we need to take our time this afternoon and tomorrow morning to try to figure out how to, make it better for tomorrow. I don't know if we missed something completely or something's wrong. Obviously, we'll investigate that.
And you're in the booth for the next race tomorrow, so what do you hope to add to the time test?
Obviously, throw some laughs at it. Watching crew racing, I think, I'll be able to, understand where the passes are being made, how the track's different from last year, different kind of things.
Also joining us, Colton Herta, driver number 26, Gabriel Honda, Fred Remy Global, third bag of JD Quiglison, that Group 2 section. Of course, two-time winner here at Lundgaard Raceway, Laguna Seca, with 9 career NGT and Dirt Series wins, a podium finish at Detroit as well earlier this year. Feel pretty good about things after that practice session, or not?
Yeah, started off great. I think there's a better lap time in there for us, but just didn't get everything out of it. So when that happens and still up near the top, it feels really good. So Gamertron is fast and happy.
Thanks for coming in and doing this. Let's go back to Bob and we'll work right after that. So, you're good? Sorry. Who's up next? Bruce? Lucille after that? Okay.
Colton, to come into a track where you know you're going to be good every year, how much confidence does that really give you to try some things and say that much further ahead of the game?
You never know if you're going to be good every year. This is definitely a place that has been really kind to me in the past, but it's too competitive to have the arrogance that you think you're just going to ride and be just as good as last year. So I'm happy to see that we seem to be very quick still. The car seems to be very good. So that's nice, but it's always evolving, it's always changing. The track feels incredibly different to what we had last year. So it's an interesting one. It's one it's fun to come back year after year because it always changes. Differently.
When this race was in September, that tends to be the hottest time of the year in this area. How much more consistent is the track now when the temperatures are in the low to mid 60s?
I don't really know, to be honest. I think the tarmac's a lot lighter, so that plays a huge role in how the track heats up. When it cools down, it's also rougher and has less oil grip, so that plays a huge role in how it affects the tires and how it feels on the track. So it's hard to compare year to year.
Yeah, I agree with what Colton said.
Let's go midway back, Marshall Pruitt. Go ahead, Marshall.
Colton and Christian, can you share some thoughts about documents and problems that you
Did you hear that? Say that again, Marshall. Couldn't hear you up there.
Can you share some thoughts what you learned about alternates and primes today?
Yeah, it's looking a little bit more like older Laguna Seca, which I like. I think it opens up the passing a lot more, and the raceability of the racetrack is going to be a lot better. It seems like there's more deg than previous years by a good chunk, but it's nowhere near the extent of like what a 2019 or 2022 race would have been like here. Blacks, reds, I don't know, it feels very normal to me, like the pickup on grip and how they are reacting, so it's nothing new to report on that.
Christian, your thoughts?
Yeah, I honestly think I agree. I only, my first race was in 2022, and that was the last year with the pavement, and I do feel like we're seeing more similarities to that. And I do feel like the tires feel pretty normal. It's just more degradation.
David?
Yeah, just a question for both of you really. What we've seen in the support categories, and we saw it in the next session as well, is if you drop a wheel off the edge of the track, the surface tends to drop
if you do get the wheel in, the next 5-6 cars that come by are gonna have a tough time going into the next corner, just from the dirt that's on the track. But I do feel like it's a lot lower grip this year than it was last year, and I think we saw a lot more mistakes from different drivers due to that. Someone's off. Exactly what I was talking about. But I think a lot of us are going to make mistakes this weekend because we're trying to squeeze everything out of it, and it seems to be a little bit lower grip and just more penalizing this year.
And just quickly, Colton Lundgaard also seen as the introduction of a more stringent track limits here, particularly pit in. Does that make it more difficult coming into the pit lane in particular?
No, I think it's pretty straightforward, and we all kind of decided what was best. I think it was pretty unanimous on its decision to do this. So I think we all agreed pretty heavily to go the direction that we did. So yeah, straightforward.
Let's go Lucille and David after that. David, no, sorry, Lucille.
Well, both of you, question. I asked one of the other drivers what he thought the surface was. He said it was pretty slick out there. Did you experience that same? I mean, is that where we saw some spinning?
The surface? Yeah, I do think we're a little surprised with how much lower than it was, for sure.
Colton?
Yeah, it's much lower than previous years.
David Lana, right behind you. Sure, thanks.
Colton, you talked about the deck being up this year, specifically with the alternate tire. What's the window looking like right now?
It's too hard to say. If you ask me thermal, like if the red tire was going to be usable, I would say no way. And so many people like you didn't use red work. A lot of guys maybe use red work. So I think we could be in a similar scenario, but it's too hard to say. It could definitely go either way. You put the reds on, maybe they last 8 laps, or maybe they last whatever it needs to, 22 or whatever it is.
What would you, and this is for both of you, what would you kind of expect the track progression is going to look like through the course of this weekend?
I don't think it's going to change too much, to be honest. I think how it's supposed to before, like the track progression, compared to a lot of permanent road courses, is slim to none. So I think it will stay somewhat similar. It'll get faster, but it's not going to be huge enough.
Jared Haas with FrenchStretch.com. Come back more for some great racing video content. And if you like us, don't forget to hit that subscribe button.